Good morning, Fun Van families. Oh, it looks like there might be a delay. So, good morning, Fun Van families. This is Amber. I'm here sharing my screen for three excellent resources that Miss Ashley actually shared with me when I had questions about some of these topics. They are Feeding Littles at feedinglittles.com/blog, Speech Sisters at speechsisters.com/blog, and Taking Care of Babies at takingcareofbabies.com/blog. These three blogs are also all on Instagram. The neat thing about these resources is that they each address some of those common topics that parents have questions about or concerns with or just want to know a little bit more information about because we're raising all these little humans and sometimes we run into issues like for me and my son, he's an incredibly picky eater. So this Feeding Littles blog was a really helpful tool for me to be able to have access to and dive in a little bit more into. So I'm going to share a little bit about these, and the links to them are included in our comment in our in the section on our video. The first thing I want to show you on this one is the Family Meal Toolkit as part of the Feeding Littles blog. It has some recipe ideas, some smoothie ideas. There's an easy to read chart that'll help you to add some variety into your breakfast ideas. I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm just like, do you want another peanut butter sandwich? Because that's all I have the energy to make this morning. So having somebody else come up with some ideas to help can just take some of the pressure off of you, even if you do have to make it. You don't have to think about it, which can be helpful. So it's broken up into a nice, really like menu with some resources in there. Like here's a muffin um, breakfast idea. So, and then on the side of this blog, it breaks down all of the different categories that are available. So if there's a specific topic that you want to know about, like maybe you're starting your baby on solids and they're gagging, there's a little bit of information about that. Another one is how to promote a good relationship with food and kids by having self love when it comes to food and modeling that. I know that's something that I personally need to work on as well. My son gets some of the picky eating from me. So these are just really, it's really nice to be able to find some of these resources in one place. And they also have an Instagram, so you can go to their Instagram and follow them there as well. I'm not a very big expert on Instagram, so you'd have to check that one out for yourself. Let's see, was there one other one in here? Oh, and there's even some popsicle ideas. It's getting into be popsicle season, so having a good, fun, healthy popsicle recipe is good to have on hand. So that's Feeding Littles. It's a great one to look at. The next one I want to share is Speech Sisters. They also have an Instagram, and I know that their Instagram is actually very responsive. My wife has used it with questions for our son. And they talk about the importance of imitation when getting your child to learn sounds. There is um, there's just a lot of different speech related topics here in this blog. One of the ones I wanted to point out is how many words should my child have? That's a question that we even get at FunVan is, how much should my kiddo be saying at this point? So they actually break it down between what's expected, what are some milestones, what is the average for different ages, and um, it's a nice handy visual there. So and do keep in mind that if you also use maybe sign language with your children, in addition to spoken language, obviously, if they're signing a word consistently, like they're always signing please, that does count as a word. So my daughter uses a mix of sign language and regular speech. She has picked up a few more signs recently, mostly food related. Give me some cheese, please. other one I wanted to share here is um, is another common problem with those of us who have littles is just if you what to do if you don't understand what your child is saying. I think we've all had that problem with little ones and where they're talking to us and we're like, what on earth are you trying to tell me? And they may be super, super adamant about it. Like my son really wanted a specific song, and he said, I want From the Noi, From the Noi, From the Noi. And I could not for the life of me understand what From the Noi was. And we listened to every song on that soundtrack until we could figure out which one it was. It was from Descendants 3. And so having some insight into why we can't understand some of those sounds and that it's totally normal that we can't understand everything that these little guys are saying and even gives another cool little visual chart for that one. And Tiana, I also love smoothies in the summer. That looks like a great recipe for a smoothie. I'll have to give it a try. Let's see. And Ash is also correct that that they talk about eating and transitioning into a cup. So lots of great and useful information here at that one. And the last one I wanted to talk about was taking care of babies. Whoops, I should have had that one at the top. And on their blog, they talk a lot about different sleep related issues, nap schedules, um, questions to ask if you're having short naps. We used to call my son's naps kitten naps because they were so small that I don't even think they would qualify as cat naps. um, Ideas for if you're transitioning out of a swaddle, and then a really helpful sleep safe checklist. Sleep safety is super important when you're talking about babies. So being able to have just a place that you can check on if your baby's sleep environment is safe is handy. And you know, a pacifier is another big. When should my babies come off of the pacifier? So I can't find that chart that you pulled up on Speech Sisters. Let's see. That is with the Speech Sisters. If you go to their blog instead of just the courses, then the chart was inside one of these blogs. Can you comment on which chart it was? Let's see. Well, the charts that I did pull up were in How Many Words Should Your Child Have? That was one of the blogs that had the chart. And that one does show the milestone expected range, average, and above average expected range. Perfect. I'm glad that you were able to find that. Yep, I haven't looked into any of the courses, just the blogs here. Awesome. I'm glad I was able to help you find that one. Miss Ashley can also hop in the comments too if she has any other really great blogs or blog pieces that she likes in it because she's the one that pointed these out to me. So I think that's all that I have, unless you guys have any questions about the feeding littles or taking care of babies or speech sisters. All right. Well, if you do have any questions, feel free to shoot them in the comments. I'll attach these links all in our website, and they're here so that you can look at them off of our Facebook like you are. And if you know anything about Instagram, there you can follow them there. And we look forward to hopefully seeing you enrolled in our July or in our June session. Excuse me. Check out our website to register for that. It's a combination of some e-class work and some Zoom classes so that you can get some of the great resources we have in our Fun Van classes. And for those that are registered in Pinell County, they also will get some books for their kiddos for that session. So we hope to see you again soon, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks.